Wow. When they say no one has it all, this is it. They have a very high quality of living, their government is good, but then their weather is harsh. And then you come back to my home country, Nigeria, where we have a very good weather conditions. We hardly have natural disasters here, but then our government is nothing to write home about. No one has it all, right? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in. Today we'll be checking out a video, Dark Sides of Living in Norway. Yes, these countries have been said to have good records. We've been hearing very good things about them. And it's also good we look at their downsides. You know, everything that has advantage also has disadvantages. So today we'll be looking at those dark sides of living in Norway. It might not be too bad, but then you guys, let's check it out, okay? So that when you find yourself in such countries or when you're about to visit these countries, you will know what to expect. Because when we prepare ourselves psychologically, we tend to like do better when we find ourselves in such situations. So you guys, let's check it out. But before then, hey, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with your friends, and let's get into it, okay?
Dark Sides of Living in Norway. Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to discuss 10 dark sides of living in Norway. We will walk you through the dark sides of living in this amazing country and help you decide if it's the right place for you. From high costs of living and inconsistent weather to social conventions of limited interaction with strangers, let's dive into some dark sides that often get lost when considering life in Norway. Stay tuned to find out more. 1. You will never be Norwegian. If you've ever been brave enough to visit Norway as a non-Norwegian, chances are that you've encountered the infamous Viking stare. You know the one. It's like the Norwegians have judged your worthiness simply from looking at you. The food here is also something that us non-Norse folks struggle with. If
I don't know how to feel about that.
your idea of comfort food is anything other than boiled cod or reindeer stew, also known as lutefisk, then I hate to say it, but Norway may not be for you. Not only is this cuisine notably unappetizing to some, there's really no way around it either. But everyone also seems to eat traditional Norwegian dishes every single day, so don't expect any variety on the dinner table anytime soon.
Are you
On top
serious?
of all these small annoyances, however, there is perhaps nothing more trying than learning how to speak Norwegian, an incredibly hard language even for those steeped in its culture. It is certainly one of the negative sides of moving to Norway. 2.
Wow. So is it that their language is not easy to learn or what? I know there's nothing that is impossible. If you put your mind to it, you'll be able to learn the language. And I'm going to learn it. If I'll ever find myself there, or if I ever decide to live there, I will sure learn the language because I have to flow, like, guys.
2. Darkness. There are some
Really?
dark sides of living in Norway that you might not be aware of. Take darkness, for instance. With its northerly location, Norway experiences genuine polar night from late November to mid-January in some parts. That's a whopping 8 weeks without seeing any daylight at all. And if you thought those midnight sun...
Are you serious? Like, there are days you go without seeing daylight? You guys, let me know in the comments how true this is. Wow! So you go from morning till evening and everywhere is dark, is that it? You guys, please throw more light on this in the comments, okay?
Were magical during the summer months, this kind of darkness could certainly feel like an interminable gloom settling over you. Just imagine 90 days with no natural light. Try not to think about it too much or take on a gothic aesthetic. 'Tis best just brace yourself for it and accept your fate until February arrives. 3. High taxes. Let me be blunt. High taxes are one of the dark sides of living in Norway, and it isn't just for people...
Sorry to cut it right there. High taxes, but then I don't think it should be a dark side because these countries, they see their taxes being put to use for them. So like for instance, I'm talking personally, if I'm made to pay taxes and I get to enjoy the benefits of paying those taxes by having a good quality of life, seeing some things that the government is doing in my favor, I mean, I will gladly pay those taxes. So I think it's fair enough. Like, but then I don't live there, so I'll leave those who live there to say. So if they say it's one of the dark sides, so be it.
With a lot of money or income, everyone has to pay up. The average tax rate can range anywhere from 20 to 50%, depending on the region you live in. Oh yeah, did I mention that those rates don't even include value-added tax? It doesn't stop there. If you're an entrepreneur or own
20%
property in Norway, then your taxes will be even higher. On top of all this, some goods like cigarettes and alcohol cost significantly more here than other countries, as they have additional sin taxes imposed on them by the government. 4. It's cold most of the year. Norway is a beautiful country with plenty of natural wonders to explore, but let's be real, the majority of the year is spent bundled up in layers upon layers of clothing, trying to stay warm against the unforgiving Nordic winds. It is certainly one of the most annoying negative sides of moving to Norway. But why is it so dark?
Oh, this one, because I hate cold. Like, I don't like too much cold. I mean, I don't like heat, but then when it gets too cold, I get so uncomfortable. So yeah, this will surely be one of the dark sides for me. The cold. Oh my God, I can't deal. I can't deal.
Cold in Norway, you may ask. Well, it all has to do with the country's location in the far north of Europe. Norway is situated at a high latitude, which means it gets less direct sunlight throughout the year. This, combined with the country's long coastline...
No wonder these guys rush out when it's summer. Like, when there's a little sun, you see how they rush out to get some vitamin D. My God. Wow. When they say no one has it all, this is it. They have a very high quality of living, their government is good, but then their weather is harsh. And then you come back to my home country, Nigeria, where we have a very good weather conditions. We hardly have natural disasters here, but then our government is nothing to write home about. No one has it all, right? Oh my God.
And the fact that it is surrounded by cold oceans means that temperatures stay low for most of the year. And let's not forget about the dreaded polar night, which occurs in parts of Norway during the winter months. This is when the sun doesn't rise above the horizon for weeks on end, leaving the country in a state of perpetual darkness. 5. Hard to find a job. It's a struggle no matter where you are,
really?
But it can feel especially daunting in a country like...
It's difficult to get a job in Norway? My God, I thought we are made to believe here in Nigeria that jobs are very easy to find in diaspora, like in other countries. Like, I'm surprised to hear this. Like, it's hard to find jobs. How true is this, guys? My Norwegians here, you guys, let me know in the comments. How true is this? Is it difficult to get a job in Norway? Let me know in the comments, okay?
Norway. Don't get us wrong, Norway is a great place to live with a high standard of living and plenty of opportunities. But let's be real, finding a job in Norway can be a bit of a challenge. One of the main reasons for this is the country's small population. With only about 5 million people living in Norway, the job market can be quite competitive. This is especially true in the larger cities like Oslo, where the demand for skilled workers is high. But it's not just the competition that makes finding a job in Norway tough. There's also the language barrier to consider. Although many Norwegians speak English, it's still a good idea to have at least a basic understanding of Norwegian if you're hoping to land a job. If you are not skilled, then this is one of the negative sides of moving to Norway that you should seriously consider. 6. No Amazon. Now, before you start throwing your laptop out the window in frustration, let's take a moment to examine the reasons why. One of the main reasons Amazon isn't available in Norway is due to the country's strict regulations on foreign companies. These regulations are put in place to protect local businesses and ensure that they are able to compete with international companies. Amazon's absence is definitely one of the dark sides of living in Norway. No more 2-day shipping for those last-minute...
So I'm guessing they have other sites where they can shop, right? Because why wouldn't there be Amazon? I mean, there's Amazon here in Nigeria. And I'm surprised there's no Amazon in Norway. I'm surprised. How true is that, guys? Let me know in the comments.
Gifts, no more endless scrolling through pages of products, and no more Amazon Prime discounts. It's a tough pill to swallow, we know. But fear not, there are still plenty of other options for online shopping in Norway. Local retailers like
Okay.
𝐋𝐈𝐊𝐄 and
Okay.
𝐒𝐂𝐑𝐈𝐁𝐄 offer a wide range of products and often have competitive prices. 7. Eating out is expensive. One of the main reasons eating out is expensive in Norway is due to the high costs of living in the country. Norway has a strong economy and a high standard of living, which means that the cost of goods and services is generally higher than in other countries. But it's not just the
Wow.
cost of living that makes eating out pricey in Norway. The country also has high taxes on food and alcohol, which can add a significant amount to the final bill. And let's not forget about those pesky service fees, which are often included in the price of a meal. 8. High rent. For many people living in Norway these
Definitely.
days, rent
It's
takes up a large
expected.
portion of their budget each month. This makes it difficult to find affordable housing, especially in cities, without breaking the bank. It also means that living costs are higher here than in most other countries around the world, which can make life really hard for those on lower incomes or retirees who rely on fixed pensions. In addition to causing financial stress amongst residents, it also means that fewer people can actually afford to live here, as house prices have been steadily increasing over time. Not only does this put pressure on existing housing stock, but it could potentially discourage foreign investment. So while many love living here because of its breathtaking views and incredible nature-filled surroundings, they may soon be unable to do so if things don't change soon. 9. Postal service is very slow. One of the most inconvenient ones is
Seriously?
undoubtedly the snail-like pace of Norwegian postal services. In fact, it's so slow that many Norwegians joke about sending letters to the past rather than to faraway relatives. You probably
That's funny. That's funny that they joke about it. Like they joke about sending post is easier to send in the past than okay. But how true is this? I find it difficult to believe because Nigeria here where like almost nothing works out. But our postal services are quite okay. So I'm surprised for a very developed country like Norway to have slow postal services. You guys let me know in the comments how true is this?
wouldn't believe how much time you can lose waiting for your mail to be delivered. And then there's always the risk that it will take longer than expected, or worse, get lost. Postal delays are such an integral part of Norwegian life that some people now use Norwegian post time as a way to explain why they weren't able to meet their deadline. 10. Clearing the
Can
UDI
you
immigration
imagine?
hurdles. There is one dark side to living in Norway that not many people talk about: clearing the UDI immigration hurdles. Yes, if you're looking to move to this beautiful Scandinavian country, then be prepared for some rigorous visa applications and paperwork.
Wow,
It can
that
be an
means
incredibly
moving there
tedious
won't be
process at
easy at
times,
all.
from gathering various documents from home countries or getting medical screenings done before being approved by the Norwegian Directorate of Immigration, UDI. Not to mention all the back and forth emails with their legal team if something goes wrong. Often, even after following every guideline correctly, you may still find yourself stuck waiting for months on end just trying to figure out what went wrong or why your visa was denied in the first place. It's enough to make anyone pull their hair out. In conclusion, living in Norway can be a great experience as it is known for its beautiful scenery and vibrant culture. However, there are some dark sides of living in Norway, such as
course,
high taxes,
there are always
challenging climate,
pros
and
and
expensive living costs. Despite these issues though, Norway remains an attractive destination for many due to its high quality of life and fantastic countrywide services. If you prepare for all the negative sides of moving to Norway, then you should have no problem making the most out of your time spent here.
Exactly.
Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to
Thank
subscribe,
you.
comment, and turn on the notification
Wow.
bell.
That was an interesting watch. I enjoyed it. At least we don't just get to hear about the good things about Norway. Because if we keep hearing only the very positive things about these countries, it will seem fake, right? So I know in this life, anything that has an advantage definitely has some disadvantages. But we always wish and pray that the advantages are always higher than the disadvantage. So I knew there had to be some cons to these very developed countries. So guys, I decided to check this one out today and I learned some things, but then I didn't know, I'm not sure if they are facts. So that's why I need you Norwegians to I need you Norwegians who are watching this video to clarify some things stated in this video, if they are true or false, guys. So we get facts. So we get facts and not just assumptions, right? Thank you guys for watching my video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.